Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Adventure Puppet from FNAF World. So we're going to start at the top of the face, we're going to start with the eyes. So let's start on the left side, we're going to draw the bottom curve of the eye. Starting on the left, we're going to curve down and back up towards the right. From here, let's move over to the right side and draw the exact same curve. Starting from the left, curving over to the right. Now we want to draw the top curve of the eye. So starting on the left here, I'm going to draw a curve up to the top of the eye. I want to make these quite large. Starting on the left here, we're going to curve up, and then we're going to curve this down and meet up with the inside edge of that eye. Let's go to the right side and draw the same thing. So we're going to curve up, round at the top, we'll come down and meet up with the side of the eye. Let's draw a little bit of depth to the eye, so we're going to give it a little bit of perspective. So looking into the eye, you're going to see some of the sides of the inner part of the eye. So we're going to start on the left side first. Starting up here, we're going to draw a curve going down to the bottom. So it's kind of following that same line on the outside. Let's do the same on the right side. It's just curving down. Let's draw on the pupils. We're going to draw two little white dots. So circles on either side. And then we can go ahead and color all this in black. Go ahead and color in the right side. Okay, so we've got the two eyes colored in. Let's get down to the top of the mouth, and there's this little lip sort of detailed in the center here. And it's basically an elongated oval. So we're going to try to stretch this out to the sides of the mouth here. So starting at the top, we'll curve around to the left, and then around to the right, and then back up to the top. So you can see it's very stretched out. From here, we're going to start on the center and pull two lines straight out. So on the left, I'm going to start on the side of the eye here. We're going to go right to the center of that oval, go straight across to the right side. Now here we're going to curve down to the bottom lip, but here there's a small little oval as well for the bottom lip detail. So up here, we'll start and round out that lip detail. From the ends here, we're just going to curve right into the center of that lip. So taking the side here, we'll curve right into that mouth, and then on the right side we'll curve up. We can go ahead and color all that in black. Alright, from here, let's work our way out, and we're going to draw two ovals on either side between the eyes and the mouth for the cheeks. So a big oval that sort of goes over the eye line at the bottom and then goes below the top part of the mouth. So starting up here, draw a curve and go around to the top. Let's go over to the right side and draw the same thing. We'll try to make sure we get the same height and size for the cheeks. From here, we're going to connect the centers of these ovals around to the top of the head. So I want to take the head to the top, right about here. So starting on the left side, I'm going to curve up around the eyes. I'm going to work my way around to the top of the head. And then from here, I'll just curve down around the eye on the right and then down into that cheek. From here, let's draw the bottom part of the head. So I'm going to start from the opposite side. So down here, in the middle here, we're going to curve down to the chin, which is just below that lip. Curving like this. And curving up to the right side. Okay, so we got the head. Let's get into the body. So I'm going to have the character sort of leaning over to the left side. So the neck's going to be pointed in this direction here. So starting in the center of the head on the chin here, I'm going to draw two lines. So one going to an angle like that, and the other like this. Connect those two lines with a curve for the neck. From here, let's get into the shoulders. So from up here on the neck, I'm just going to curve and round out the tops of the shoulder on the left and on the right. And then we're going to draw some sockets in for the arms. So all it is just sort of an inside curve going in towards the center of the body on both sides. From here, let's go down to the waist. So I want to draw the waist here, lower torso, legs. So the waist is quite high up on the body. So from here, I just want to curve in. I'm going to take this down on the right side. So it's basically tapering in, a little bit narrower in the waist. From here, I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve that goes down and then back up. It's drawn some big buttons. So at the top here, I'm going to draw a circle for the first button. And then on the top, in the inside, we're going to draw a little circle on the top, one on the bottom, and then one on the left, and one on the right. We draw that exact same thing just below it. So I'm drawing that circle first, and then we're going to draw in the buttonholes. 2 on top, 1 on the left, and 1 on the right. Okay, so we got that. Let's get into the arms. So I'm going to draw some really long arms down to the hand. So this hand is going to be down a little bit lower than this side here. So let's start with the top of the shoulder. We're going to bring it down to the wrist. So from this line, let's curve down towards the wrist. From this armpit area, we're going to curve down, but we're going to get a little bit wider as we get towards the wrist. So I'm going to start down at the wrist area. And I'm just going to aim for that armpit there. We're going to take these 2 lines and we'll connect it with a curve. Let's go on the right side and draw the same thing. So here, I'm going to come up a little bit higher than on the left. So I'm just going to bend this arm out a little bit more like this. Starting up here, I'm going to curve and then get a little bit wider as I get towards the wrist. And we'll connect those with a curve. Now we can go down to the hands. So the hands, I'm going to make these claws, these long claws. So starting on the inside of this wrist, I'm going to curve in towards the body. From here, I'm going to curve inwards towards this part of the hand, and then we're going to draw the first finger. So we're just going to draw a point, a long pointed curve. From here, we're going to go all the way back up to that wrist. Now we want to sort of show the fingers sort of folding in behind like this. So we got the first finger, thumb, and then 2 fingers behind, just tucked in behind like that. So what we want to do is take this line here and just draw a curve coming out, and then we're going to pull that in just behind that hand. We start about halfway up this line and draw one curve going even steeper this way, and we'll curve that right back into the hand. So the hand looks like it's doing this. Draw that exact same thing on the right side. So taking this wrist and pull out a thumb, and we'll curve that back in. Now we're going to draw that same finger here. So we're going to draw a long line going down to the fingertip. From here we'll curve up into the upper wrist. Just drawing the finger in the back, so up here we're going to curve out and tuck that in behind that finger, and this last finger here we're just going to curve it even steeper, so it's kind of curling around this way. Let's get into the lower torso. So I'm going to bring the torso down to about here. So I'm going to do is start on the left side. I'm just going to round out a hip. I'll do that on the right side as well. So 2 sides just curving out. Take this point and we're going to curve and round out towards the center, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. So we've got a gap in between here. We're going to connect those 2 points with an upward curve, so curving up. Let's draw the legs. We're going to draw the legs coming down to about here. So what I want to do is take this line, or this point, and just round out the outer edge of the leg on the left, and then we'll round out the outer edge on the right. We're going to round out the feet, so we're just going to do a little curve on the bottom of the feet, and I'm going to take that point and curve right to the inner part of that lower torso. So it gets a little bit wider as we go up. Let's just clean that up a bit there. Take this point and we'll just taper and get narrower as we get down towards the bottom of the feet. The final step is adding the stripes. Okay, so we're going to start up here. We're going to start up above the wrist and curving across. We're going to do the first white band. So we're just going to need a gap and draw a white band like this. In between, we're just going to come up a little bit, just draw a curve, and then we'll draw another thick band. So we've got 2 thick bands here, there's 3. Draw a narrow band, and then 1 thicker one. We'll go and do the same thing on this side. So coming up just a little bit with a curve, we'll do a thick band, and we'll do a thin band. We'll do 1 thick, 1 thin, and then 1 final thick band here. And before I forget, I don't want to forget the little markings on the face. So let's start on the inside, just left of this lip. I'm going to curve up into the eye. We'll go across and just draw a wider strip there. Over here we'll do the same thing, so curving up and just tucking that underneath. Let's draw those bands on the leg. So we're going to leave quite a bit of a gap on the bottom here. So we're going to start at about here, drawing a curve from left to right. We'll draw a band, and then we'll leave a gap. Draw another band, and then we'll draw a narrow gap, and we'll draw one final one. We'll draw one more on the side. So we're going to draw that bottom line. We'll draw a band, little gap, a wide band, a narrow gap, and then one final wide band here. And go ahead and color all this in dark black, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Adventure Puppet from FNAF World. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like, and make sure you check out our FNAF playlist, and check out our website at www.cartooningforkids.com. We've got a ton of resources in there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.